Thank you for making an appointment on such short notice, Rob.
Oh, it's no problem at all. You've helped me out with a few rough court cases in the past, so this is the least I could do to thank you.
Still, under the circumstances, it is a great ordeal. I'm working for a young man accused of murdering Miss Delilah Barnes. The evidence is lacking, either way. There's nothing to support the claim, but he has no alibi either.
Not an innocent until proven guilty case, I take it.
No, the client is Isaac Argus. His family are pushing for a guilty verdict, and without evidence against his involvement, he will be convicted.
I see. Send him in. I'd like to speak with him.
Good luck with that. He's quite taciturn.
Nonetheless, send him in. You must be Isaac. I'm Robert Shepard. Please sit down. So, Isaac, how did you find yourself in this situation? So, Mr. Sims has informed me that your family is against you in this court case. Do you know who might have murdered Miss Barnes?
Delilah.
You knew her. Were you close? Since it became apparent that Isaac was not going to be much help, I decided to look into Delilah's life. The police had put minimal effort into investigating other potential killers. I am not sure if that's because they wanted to close the case quickly or if it's the Argus's long-term funding of the department resulting in a conflict of interests. Regardless, I quickly found another suspect after finding some cryptic letters between her and a correspondent named Francis Marshall. Hi, Lorraine. It's Rob. All right. Yes. Okay, fine. Listen, can you check the archives for any mention of Francis Marshall? Okay. No, I don't need any information on Francis Marlowe. Okay. It's fine. Thank you anyway. Bye. If Francis Marshall existed, he's worked really hard to keep information on himself scarce, at least above ground. I needed underground information, so I decided to call in a favor from Olivia. She's something between an opportunistic con artist and a mob socialite. She has a web of connections and knows the underground like the back of her own hand.
Robert, it's been too long.
It has. Last time we spoke, you were still on the run from Morelli.
Morelli had some pretty big debts. Seems somebody told his debt collectors where he was hiding out. Got his head caved in with a crowbar. Let's get down to brass tacks. What's so concerning that you had to use up your last favor?
Well, it would be my last favor if I wasn't obliged to escort you to a safe house every time you pissed off the mob. As for what I need from you, Francis Marshall. I have no idea who he is, but I need to know what his deal is and where I can find him.
I see why you use this as your last favor. That's really not much to go off of, Rob. I'll get it done, though. Ciao. Over the next 7 weeks, I managed to get Isaac to open up to me. I learned of his deep compassion towards the poor, something he and Delilah became friends over. That alienated him from the rest of his family. Usurious landlords controlling business and industry and preying upon the misfortunate with mountains of debt. Surprisingly, I opened up to him about my own childhood. Being raised by my mother and sister, eating stale bread in a dingy basement. Our conversations weren't always so heavy. Sometimes we would just talk about books for hours. Eventually, though, we would remember why we were there, and Isaac would close himself off once again. Isaac, I can't help you if you don't give me anything to work with. We're on a deadline here. The trial is a week away.
What do you expect from me? My father's been investing a fortune in getting his lawyers to put me away. After all, I'm a murderer, aren't I?
Don't say that. I know you're just being facetious, but you really shouldn't say anything like that.
I just need to know where to look to find something. Anything. I want to help you, Isaac. Please let me. Why would someone murder Delilah Barnes?
So, I presume you found something on Mr. Marshall?
You're in deep, Robert. I don't know why you wanted me to find this guy, and frankly, I don't want to. This is bad business. He's an Argus.
What?
It took a lot of research to figure this out, but Francis Marshall is a pseudonym for Isaac Argus, the black sheep of the Argus family. You clearly know the Argus family is bad news, but I don't think you know just how bad. They're old money. They own most of the city, above ground and under it. I'm saying this for your own good. Drop the case and stay away from them.
I can't. You know I can't just let things go.
I hope you'll be okay, Robert. I'm not very good at human connection anymore, but for what it's worth, you're the closest thing to a friend I've got.
Why the hell didn't you tell me that you were Francis Marshall?
It wouldn't have helped the case. Delilah and I were in a book club of sorts. But due to the controversial material, we were assigned pseudonyms. I was Francis Marshall, Delilah, Lydia Sanders.
You're a communist. This is going to complicate matters significantly. I don't have a problem with that, but there are a lot that do. The jury will undoubtedly take that as evidence of you murdering her. I need to know, Isaac, what happened to Delilah.
Delilah's friend, Matilda Gray, I think. Like so many others, she had rented from the Argus family. My parents represented the bourgeois class perfectly, threatening her with eviction if she couldn't pay the obscene rates they would charge her, despite being widowed with a child. Delilah came to me looking for help to extort my parents, but we weren't careful enough.
You were caught? Oh, Isaac, what have you gotten yourself into?
I'm sorry. I should have told you. I'm sorry.
Higgs, tell him 200 is my final offer. He can take it or leave it. Oh, sorry, Robert. I thought you were Higgs. Boy can't barter for the life of him.
I need another favor. A big one.
This is a big favor, Robert. Perjury isn't easy when the whole Argus family is working against you. You could be potentially putting your life at risk. Is he really worth it? I'll send the alibi over to your office to get the story straight. Should be 20 minutes.
Thank you, Olivia, for everything.
Anything for you, little brother.
You have an alibi now. Probably with several others to corroborate the story, knowing Olivia. It's not exactly justice for Delilah, but you won't be convicted.
Thank you.
Keeping him safe is my highest priority, but I gave him my word. Together, we will find the evidence to send them to prison. The Argus family will come to ruins.